afternoon. It's Tuesday, October 14th. I am Bruce Leonard. This is Bruce Leonard Leans Left. While it's still legal. Still legal today. We check all the time. I am an hour early, I'm sorry, because I'm going to see the original Creep Show. We're showing scary movies at the movie theater all month long for Halloween, and playing Creep Show tonight. And I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm gonna go check out the Creep Show. It's always one of my favorites. I had the graphic novel comic too, and I've kind of gotten used to this new look. I messed up the the picture the other day, and now it's like I don't know, it's tighter. But it looks better on the phone. It looks better on screen than the stretched out one. So I think I'm going to keep it, even though it was a mistake. I stumbled on it. Something weird happened to me before we get into stuff. This guy knocks on the door, right? And I walked up to the door, and I don't recognize this guy. And he's not like an Amazon person or a mail person. He's just a guy. A grown-ass man, too. He had to be in his at least mid-30s or 40. And I didn't recognize him, so I go to the door. I go, yeah, excuse me, can I help you? He says, I'm here to pick up a Pokemon. What? I'm thinking, what does he mean? Like, I know there's a game that they play on the phone, or they buy something on auction site. Or I go, well, what's the address you're looking for? He said, the address, and it's my address. I'm like, well, this is the place, but I don't know. What the Pokemon? It's like, what the hell? This guy, as I said, he's not like a teenager. He's a grown man. It was like, and that's when I realized that I was born in the last, we were the last generation to be born when there was no technology. Like, there wasn't a computer until I was in the 8th grade. I think the Commodore 64 came out when I was in the 8th grade. Then we didn't have internet when I was in high school. But people, what's up, Grace? Thanks for tuning in. We didn't have technology. I said, when I was in high school, a pager was cool. But everyone who came after us, that technology was there, so they were born with it. Like, when they were kids. It's like now, if you have kids, like, they all play with the phones, they all have pads, they all know how to operate sophisticated technological shit at a young age. The fact that I can operate a computer is something like for a guy like my age. It just made me realize how much different. I said the world has changed in a drastic way to technology, and in a short amount of time, it has affected everything on the earth. Especially when they turn on the internet. Hello, Forsaken. There's a lot of new people here. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know, I just wanted to, I thought it was weird because I said, this guy's 35, 40, he's driving around playing Pokemon. that just seems crazy to me. Meanwhile, they blew up another boat off the coast of Venezuela. That's, I think, 6 now. Killed 6 people. Hey, Julia, what's up? There's new people here. Anyway, that's 6 now. 6 people killed. This is what we are now. We're just gonna randomly blow up. There's a boat. Get them. Who's making these decisions? And they don't tell us anything. How do they determine that these are drug smugglers? How do they know that's, that last time they blew up a boat, the president of Colombia said it was Colombian, it wasn't even Venezuelan. So, who's making these decisions? And why can't they tell us? And I don't know if you saw this. Pete Hegseth was trying to make all the press sign this pledge. they they would run everything through him personally. That's what it sounded like. No pre-authorized, pre-approved information to come out of the Pentagon without Pete Hegseth's personal. So even Fox News told him to fuck off. That's pretty fucking astounding. Don't you think? When even Fox News is like, hey man, this is a little too fashy. For us even. Because you gotta know, like I said, once you start doing that, it's over. There's no going back. And even Fox News knows that. And like, hey, this is a step too far. Like, he's going too far. Like, they keep letting Trump like tiptoe his foot into the dictator water, and nobody's stopping him. But at a certain point, you go, hey man, even MIT was like, we're not taking this deal. These trying to make universities agree to that they would promote some agenda, or they wouldn't get federal money. And some of them capitulated to say, well, we need the money, I guess. So MIT was like, nope. We're not doing it. And I said, that's what you need is once one successfully fight. That's why I don't understand why there's not more. There's too much capitulation. A lot of these people win in court and stuff. So why not fight? If you're, especially these law firms, even after law firms. Like, what kind of law firm? You gonna hire lawyers that capitulate to Donald Trump? That can't be good for business. Meanwhile, they're gonna try to charge John Bolton next week, I think. So he's going right down the enemy list and charging people. And these charges, they're not charges. Like, they just made them up. Because just like they did with Abrego Garcia. If they can't get something on you, they just make something up. These people, I've never seen people that were so unscrupulous ever, and people still love them. It's like the government's closed because they refuse to renew the Obama subsidies, and your health care will go way up. But the first of the year, if they don't do something about this, they're not even in session. He's like, we're not doing. There's nothing to negotiate. There's nothing to negotiate. You're just going to leave it done. What Julius is, MIT rejecting the demand had to especially piss Dum off. Remember, his uncle was MIT professor. Yeah, of course. That's what's funny is not everyone in Trump's family was an idiot. It's just him. I mean, obviously his dad made a fortune, right? Came over here. His name was Drumpf. They changed the name to Trump, and he started buying real estate in New York City. And he made, $1 billion, or at least half $1 billion, because that's what he gave Donald Trump. $400 billion, $400 million when he died. So half $1 billion, almost fortune, that he made from scratch. So he's not an idiot, right? His uncle is an MIT professor. He's not an idiot, right? Donald Trump, fucking moron. It's like, but yet he's the most successful of all of them. He became president of the United States. Of course, he went bankrupt 6 times and he almost blew that fortune several times. Almost got put in prison, for sexual assault. And was sued for racist rent practices and all kinds of shit. But he's always, that's the thing about Trump, is he's always managed to avoid accountability for anything he's ever done. That's his whole life. There's a man that said on tape that he grabs women by the pussy. Uninvited. And people still voted for him to be president of the United States. Like I've said it before, I remember when I was a kid, Gary Hart had a woman on a boat. That was it. They said, "Oh yeah, this woman on a boat," and he was like, "I can't be president." They resigned, or they, suspend their campaign. John Edwards, remember him? He got caught fucking some chick or whatever, and he was like, "Can't be president." Trump's like, "I grabbed women by the pussy." I'm the greatest president you've ever seen. And people voted for him. He had all those documents in the shitter, man. He took the documents. I mean, there's no. That's why I love when he says it's a hoax. It's like, dude, there was fucking piles of documents in the shitter. It's like, too much a hoax. It's like you took the documents and they asked for them back several times, and he would not give them back. And then for the last resort, they raided his place and took the documents. And he's like, "It's a hoax. It's a hoax." They tried to say, "Oh, Jack Smith planted them documents. He wasn't even he wasn't even the special counsel at that time. He went to at the Hague in Europe, I think. He wasn't even around." This is the length that these people will lie. Like the gaslight is like Spinal Tap. I said it's up to 11. It's like the gaslighting is out of control. If you saw J.D. Vance trying to lie to George Stephanopoulos. George Stephanopoulos is the first person. I'm not a huge big fan of him. I don't watch his show all the time, but he's the first person I know that I've heard of that just actually did what they should do to J.D. Vance and just fucking turn him off. Because it's like you're not supposed to sit here and lie your ass off constantly the whole time. Like you're not going to say one thing that's true, Like so, what's the point of talking? And that's what I've been saying about the whole administration this whole time. Is like when they start to say things that are ridiculously, when Trump starts saying that Portland is on fire, it's a war zone, it's like people should just walk away, or just get up and walk out. Yeah, we're not gonna sit here and listen to your fucking whatever the deluded fantasy of whatever you think is going on. It's like, it's unbelievable. And in the meantime, they're trying to post. It's all a giant. It's also interconnected. The politics now, and like I said, the internet, and the Fox News, and the Newsmax, and the OAN, and the Benny Johnson podcasting, and the Ben Shapiro got a whole network of and they're all saying the same shit. It's a propaganda machine that is, like I said, ramped up to, and people are making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of this. It's not going to go away. It's not a problem that we can fix anytime soon. The only way that you can fix that problem is to make people smarter, and that's not going to fucking happen, is it? Especially with the president of the WWE running the education department. It's not going to happen. If anything, we're getting dumber and dumber. That's the irony of it. Is, I guess it goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning, right? The irony of it is you turn on the internet, had all this power and all this knowledge and all these things that people could make themselves smarter, and they could, you could use the internet to do incredible things. And what do we do with it? This guy's walking around looking for Pokemon. It's a perfect metaphor for the human race. Devo had it right. If you don't know about the band Devo, they made the song "Whip It." If you don't know who they are, you're younger. Like if you never heard "Whip It," that's like their big hit song. But they have way more good songs than that. They were like a pop punk band, like in the very beginning of that kind of shit. But anyway. Like a new wave crossover with punk. That's an influence in it. But anyway, the band Devo was short for devolution, and that was their theory, was that human beings they've evolved to peak, evolution, and now it's just downhill from there. And I would say that life in our lifetime has bared them out to be correct. That we are not evolving. We are devolving, rapidly devolving. And like everything is a reality show, and everything is for instant, short-term gratification at all times, even the most important shit, like this fucking Gaza thing. They gotta make a big deal out of it. Oh, look at Trump's done what no one else could do. It's like, yeah, but it's not done. Like they killed some people this morning. The ceasefire lasted about 12 hours before somebody got killed. So it's not over. It's like it's not like, oh, you just declare it to be over. But see, we need this. We need this pageantry and everything's a production. They were filming like his plane out the window, you know, and it had a big like Trump, love Trump thing on the beach, and, you know, or whatever. It's all for this guy's ego gratification, man. That's nothing to do with him wanting the world to be a better place or him caring about other people. No, they're carving up Gaza right now in their minds. It's going to become real estate like they were talking about. They're going to develop it. Like it's going to be like, you know, turn Gaza into like Las Vegas. And don't think that that's not what they think. It is. They don't care about people. It's obvious by the way they conduct their fucking business. Just blowing up random boats off the coast of Venezuela. Could be fishermen, could not. You don't know. It's like it's a game. Julia says he's like my younger sister. He falls in positive shit, comes out smelling like a rose every fucking time. Yeah, man. Plus he lies like a 2-year-old. Like I've said it before. It's like Trump lies like a kid with frosting on his face. He's telling you he didn't eat the fucking cake. You know, it's like, come on, man. We know you're fucking lying. It's like every time he says, oh, I didn't know anything about that. He's a control freak who will fire anybody for anything at any time. The slightest little, like a file clerk down, oh, says something bad. He's like, I want that person fired. And he's like, I don't know anything about this big major thing that happened. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, this guy knows about everything that's going on. And he's directing it, most likely, because I said he's nuts. A lot of strands in old Trumpy's head. He's up all night tweeting Truth Social about whatever. He was all mad about the Time magazine cover. Did you see that? Because they used a shot like from up underneath, and the sun was, the sky's up there, so and his hair is, you can't see it anymore, so basically it looks kind of bald. And this big shot of his turkey neck pussy that he has on his neck. He's up all night. Time magazine, what the hell is it? It's just like why he didn't get the Nobel Prize. Like, he's like, oh, I didn't get the Nobel Prize. Blow up another boat. And then maybe that's why. You got fucking goons shooting priests with pellet balls and tear gas balls, rubber bullets. Priests. You're like, I need to get the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, man, it's like, you're not very peaceful, bro. It's like, but that's it. He's like, I don't understand why I didn't get it. It's like, because you're an asshole. That's why. It's that simple. With no integrity whatsoever. And a lying sack of shit. Everybody knows it. The same reason you can't get trade deals is why the government shut down. Why would you make a deal with people that you know are not going to keep their deals? Their word ain't worth a thing. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing is a house of cards because they've given up any semblance of integrity that they ever had. And you can't trust anything they say. Anything. It's that bad. And people would say, "Oh, politicians have always lied." Yeah, they lied here, and kind of, they lie to try to make themselves look better or whatever. Never lie like this, where like they tell you something that's objectively not true, and try to tell you it's a fact. Like, oh, he's gonna invoke the Insurrection Act against a bunch of people in inflatable animal costumes because it's an insurrection. It's like, the city's burning down. He says there aren't any stores there. And then they go live. The guys walking down the street. It's like, well, here's a mall, and everything looks pretty normal. Like, there's a protest going on here. It was 1 block area. it's an insurrection. Call out the army. It's like, and people just whatever. Trump's going out the army again now. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Where's all these people that was talking about tyranny before? And they're gonna fight tyranny, and then I need my guns because the tyrannical government. And then tyrannical government comes and they go, "Oh, thank God you're here." Insurrection, yeah, exactly. It's unbelievable. That's the part of it that not that Trump would do all these things. You would know that he would. Like, I mean, if you know anything about Donald Trump, he's going to do these things. He wasn't kidding when he said he had a list of people he didn't like. He's going to go after him this time because he's going to clear out. You see, this is the thing that people don't get. Is they think that it's funny that he's trolling or whatever, right? But in the meantime, he's fired all these people that work in the government that have experience in the things that they're supposed to be doing, and replaced them with people whose only qualifications are that they will kiss his ass. Like, these are things that, like health, public health, for example. Counterterrorism. It's like the things that keep you safe. You're not as safe as you used to be. I'm trying. I know it's a bummer to be telling you this, but it's true. It's like, you are not as safe as you were 1 year ago because of the incompetent nutlickers that are in place. And that they diverted all these resources to deporting window washers and cooks. Construction workers and roofers. The worst of the worst. That's what they said. You know that there's still over 1,000 people missing who were in that alligator Alcatraz. No one ever talks about that. They just disappear. Where'd they go? What happened to them, you reckon? And then you'd think that they would try to call their families, right? If they were still around. I don't know what. I mean, I'm not saying. I'm not insinuating. Where are they, and why aren't more people asking that question? That's what I want to know. It's a lot of people to just be gone. I can't remember the exact number. It's like 1,300, maybe. It's over 1,000. I know that. Just disappeared off the face of the earth. No one knows where they are. No, they said there could be in ICE facilities all across the country, scattered about, and they don't have it. They won't let them use a phone. I don't know. Why wouldn't they let them use a phone? I don't know. It just seems odd to me that you live in a country, it's supposed to be a free country, and over 1,000 people disappear, and nobody's even asked a question about it. It's not a story. I watch CNN all the time. They don't ever bring it up. They never talk about it. I'm like, where is it? Do you think somebody should bring it up? So the problem is the media is complicit in a lot of this because they need the ratings and they need the access. So they don't want to piss off Trump too much. So they ride the line. But like I said, even they said that the signing the Pentagon information pledge was a bit too far. Julie says shark food. Yeah, somebody was saying alligators. I mean, fed them the alligators. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a lot of people. I don't know if you can get away with that. I mean, I don't know. That's like some crazy QAnon shit. It's like that's what I mean. It's like I never wanted to become that one of those people that you start engaging in ridiculous, speculation. I'm not a speculator. I mean, I am a speculator about what I think might happen or how things affect other things or whatever. But I'm not a speculator about what did someone do or didn't do. You know, like it's a myth that Mike Johnson has a grinder profile. but I'm not gonna say it's real because I don't know. It would be so fucking good if it was though. It's one of those things like, damn, I wish that was true. It's like, that would be the funniest thing ever. Because I mean, look at it. All these people are weird. Like, Mike Johnson's a weird dude. He's like the little nerdy dude, That they're all so pathetic. That's what I mean. Like, there's not any more like leaders. They're all spineless nutlickers. It's like a whole fucking party full of Worma Green Tongue or just whatever. Or who was Grima Worm Tongue? I'm sorry, from the Lord of the Rings. He just sit by the king and lick his balls, That's it. And whisper poison into his ear, and they're all like that. Except they don't whisper poison in their ear. I don't think they're too busy cowering. It's a cult. It's like I mean, it's cliche to say these things, but it's true. I mean, look at it. They're scared to death to do anything to stop Donald Trump in any way. That's why I said that's why I've grown to love Thomas Massey, because he's the only one left. And still, Mike Johnson won't swear in this woman from Arizona who's the 218th vote signature to get Massey's petition onto the floor to force a vote for the release of the Epstein files, and he still won't swear her in. That's another thing. It's like, what are they hiding? What are they so afraid of? They're so afraid of this that they shut the whole government. The anagram for Lord Damp Nut. No, I did not see that. That's funny. It seems to me like they're trying to hide something, because I said, well, and like I said before, they're only prolonging the inevitable. So whatever it is, it's in there. It must be pretty bad. They don't want you to see it. Because they're still trying. And I bet you that even when they force a vote, that some of these people are so scared of Donald Trump that even if they would want to vote, yes, they won't. They'll go on the record and end their political career. They'll fall on the sword. That's what they got to. Fall on the sword, because if you do it, you got to go back to your constituents, and they're going to ask you why you voted to protect pedophiles. Like I said, the very fact that you have to have this conversation shows you, it's a gigantic, again, metaphor for how broken this fucking country is. Because you would think that pedophiles would not be a political fucking issue. You would think the I Hate Pedophile platform would be a broad fucking coalition, of people who would who you could count on to not aid and abet in the pedophilia that goes on in this world. But no, it's a hoax. It's a witch hunt. You notice that Donald Trump doesn't say that that letter didn't exist anymore when they got that book. He stopped saying that, didn't he? Remember he said before, oh, I never drew nothing, I never did nothing. Which, yeah, is what he always says. And then, this is when at the time, you go, well, you know that book exists somewhere. So why, that's how brazen he is. He will lie like that. Like I said, like a kid with frosting on his face telling you, I didn't eat the cake. You fucking ate the cake, bro. It's all over your face. No. It's the Shaggy, how they call it the Shaggy defense. He's always like, it wasn't me. All the time. It wasn't me. And then, sure enough, there's that book. Yes. But I'm saying, Julia, at the time he said that he didn't do it, he knew he did it because the book has to exist somewhere. So when you sit there saying that you didn't do it, it's what the fucking letter is. And then, like I said, when it came out, he didn't spend a lot of time fighting it. That's when he went into the, well, just let her ride, let it blow over. Tomorrow we'll do something crazy and I'll have to talk about that and try to get the distraction. That's what I mean. The whole thing is a distraction. And then Joe Rogan, I was talking about before, that Theo Vaughn was like, oh, this is not what I voted for. I'm like, fuck you, like now Joe Rogan's trying to do the same shit. He's like, oh, this Trump, the whole thing's a psyop. It's like, well, the whole thing's a psyop. You fucking fell for it, bro, and you helped him. You can't fucking pretend now like it's one of two things. Either say, this is what you really wanted, or you're fucking stupid. As a lot of people have surmised in their heads about you for quite a while now. Maybe you got hit in the head one too many times. Not that he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that at all. But I liked him better when he let the guests speak and he just asked, like, fascinated questions here and there. It's like, when he got the $100 million Spotify deal, and even before that, he started to take himself too seriously. It's like, oh, now he's part of the conversation. It's like, well, you're not really smart enough to be part of this conversation. Like, you're not a scientist, bro, or whatever. Like, about fighting, and he knows a lot about it. He's an expert on it. Like, he's probably one of the greatest experts on jiu-jitsu fighting. He knows everything about it. He's like, that's his wheelhouse. Like, he's into the politics and the scientists, the science to the people, the health, Like Trump was saying. This is not just like the other day, but he was just saying that shit again about the Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol, and it's bad for you. It's caused autism or something. I swear to God, he goes, I'm not speaking as a doctor, but I have common sense. I swear to God. That's what he said, like word for word. It's like, I'm not speaking as a doctor. Yes, because you're not one. He's like, but I have common sense. It's like, oh, common sense. That's how we're going to run healthcare now. It's like the old common sense. We're going back to, what do they call them? Hot toddies. It's like, you got the COVID? Hot toddy. Put some whiskey in it. We're going back to 1895. It's Speaking of that, it's another measles outbreak. South Carolina, I think this says it. Or it just happened before. Yeah, measles outbreak in South Carolina. We're really going backwards. Oh, look, we got another Twitch bot. There's some Intense Chamber 13. And again, best viewers on streamboo.com. Apparently, people are on stream, just hanging out on streamboo.com, waiting to get hired as paid viewers for somebody's podcast. See, I'd rather talk to 5 real people than, just look down at the counter there and say 500 and they're all bots. That's more humiliating than talking to nobody. I paid money for. I paid money for these bots to watch me do this podcast. It's unbelievable. Yeah, but the Twitch bots always come on. They say best viewers. You can buy viewers. I said, they're gonna make them watch. They're gonna strap them to a chair and say, "You gotta watch this for these 15 minutes to help the YouTube algorithm." Speaking of that, I must have cracked the YouTube algorithm or something because more and more people have been watching this show. New people, and my views start to go up, like way up, even when I don't promote this show. So it's a slow grind, but if you keep doing it, eventually they'll start recommending you, I guess, to somebody. And the last couple episodes had a bunch of new people pop on that I've never seen before. So I thank you if you're a new person who's watching this for the first time. This is pretty much what I do 3 times a week. Is I watch the news so you don't have to. Then I come down here and tell you what's going on. I try to make it kind of entertaining. I usually do it for an hour, but I don't really feel like it's night. Yes, Julia. That's why I said before. They strap me in the chair and put the eye clamps on them like that. So they drip water on your eye. I said, you gotta watch this for, I said, at least 15 minutes to help the algorithm. I don't know how that all works. That's what I mean. It's like, I just was like, I can't tour anymore. I'm stuck. So I can't tour doing comedy. It was like, after I was here for a couple months, man, I was losing my mind. It's like, I gotta do something. It's like, I never had a podcast before because it's cliche. Everybody has one. It's like everybody. Even now, like there's a billion fucking podcasts. So like, I'm competing with a billion other fucking people. For your time and attention. But like I said, if you're an artist, you can't just sit around and do nothing, or you'll go crazy. So. I was like, well, I guess I got to do a podcast now because I can't, not mobile anymore. I can't tour, and I'm not in Las Vegas, so I was like, there's nothing to do here, So I was like, well, set me up a podcast in the basement. Now I'm just another one of those guys with a podcast. But I always wanted, I said, I wanted it to be entertaining and different. I don't want it to be like everybody else's podcast. And we're living in crazy, interesting times, I never thought in a million years that I would see this kind of shit happening. Julia's like, I might able to get away for a weekend. I guess if I took vacation day, because I usually work on Saturday, but I could guess I never thought about it. Like I'm doing that thing in December with Lee in West Virginia. I'm probably gonna get off work, and then just drive straight there in my car, do the show, and come back home. Or it's not that far away. I think it's like three or 4 hours. That's easy for me, man. I've been I've said it, the last 3 years. I've driven across the country 3 times. I've basically live in my car in a hotel room, and I can drive great distances. when when I came home, one of the times when I came home from Las Vegas driving, I'm not kidding you. I drove it straight through. I did not stop. Did not stop one time. I don't know why the camera went out of focus. That's weird. Um, yeah, I drove. It's like 27 hours. I remember I crossed through Oklahoma, and I'd been driving all night. I thought about stopping. I got into Missouri. I was close to St. Louis, and the sun came up, and I was like, "Well, it ain't that far." From St. Louis to Cincinnati, it's only a few more hours. It's like, so I stopped and got a big giant coffee. I just kept going. And when I got home, I realized that was crazy. I should have probably stopped. Because I was getting tired at the very end. I was like, man, I'm getting tired. Once I got to like Indianapolis, I was really tired, but it was like that's really close. And I was like, dude, I can make it. It's like it'd be stupid to stop now. It was stupid to keep going too. Either way, I never said I wasn't prone to doing stupid shit. I wouldn't say stupid. I would say reckless. I've always been reckless. That's like. John been listening. Well, thanks, John. I didn't know you were there. I don't know. I haven't, like I said, since I got home. I've been busy, taking care of stuff around here. So I really can't think too much about leaving for extended periods of time. So I have to stay around close by. That's why I said, like, going to West Virginia, that's like 3 hours, 4 hours max. I can do that because I can go there, do it, come back. But like as far as leaving, like I would be gone. Like there was a time when I lived in Vegas where I was on the road more than I was home. I just started bringing the dog with me, and we just lived on the road. We lived in the car, and then we'd have a hotel room every night because the guy I was working for, he'd buy hotels. So I was actually making money, and I was selling my merchandise and stuff. So I was making money that way too. I wasn't doing that bad for a person who was, I said, self-sufficient. And then when I went home, I would still work security in the arenas. Yeah. Yeah, I've been to Illinois a few times. Where did I been? I played when I was younger. Carbondale, I think. I think that show that I did back then, I think it's still going on. It's like a college town, And, there was a place called Bear's Place. It was in Bloomington, Indiana. And that fucking place was open for 25 years, or more than that. And everyone had played there. I mean, like, I've got to play there several times, and they had pictures. Everybody was on the wall. Like Roseanne Barr, anyone who was a touring comic was on the wall. Had gone through that place. Like it was like a legendary place where people come up. So I don't know. It's hard. I don't like to think about the past too much because it's irrelevant. But like, I was in, I was doing lots of good stuff, and then all that stuff happened. Like when your career starts, so you gotta start all over. It's just like start, stop, start, stop. But it's like if that stuff didn't happen, who knows what would happen? But anyway, the point being, when you play places like that, that's why I went to the Ice House. The guy I worked for got all mad at me because it was an open mic. But it was an open mic at the Ice House, which is like a legendary place where legends played there, and it's an old place. So many famous people, comedians, and people that you idolize have stood on that stage. And you're like, I don't give a fuck how I get on the stage because I was getting ready to leave to move back east anyway, so I wasn't going to be out west anymore. And I was like, I'm going to go there one time, say I've been there. He was like, you're driving 3 hours to go to an open mic. Oh, you headline on the road. It's like, yeah, but it's like, to me, it's like playing at a museum. It's like, I don't care if it's open mic. It's like, I just want to say I got on the stage. And I've been at the Ice House and was on the stage there. It's like, when I did it. But I was like, why do you care what I'm doing? It's like, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's like, this is, I want to say I went to played the same places that Bill Hicks or somebody played, or people that I like, where Mitch, came up. The Ice House is one of the places where Hedberg came up. Doing open mics and shit. It's like, it's unbelievable that somebody would be like, like, why do you care what I'm doing? It's like, yeah, I'm driving 3 hours to open mic at the fucking, like I said, legendary Ice House Comedy Club. That I'm getting ready to leave the West, so this would be my last chance, or else I would never do it. So I went to the Comedy Store, same thing. It's like, it's like, you gotta go to the Comedy Store. You can't be a comedian and you're like, oh, I made it all the way to Las Vegas, but I didn't drive the additional 3 hours to go to the Comedy Store, in L.A. It's like, you're an idiot. Why wouldn't you? If you're serious about what you're doing. It's unbelievable. That's the thing, is like, I haven't ever been discouraged that I never achieved like maximum success. I've done so many things, and I've met so many people, and I've done incredible, like I said, things people just wish that they would have done or could have done. But I still feel the same way that I've always felt. It's like, I'm just doing what I do. It doesn't matter if I've had success and I've had lulls, and sometimes life gets in the way of pursuing, until that's your entire, like I said, income in life, which is where I had finally made it to. And then this happened, and family takes over, family always overrides everything. So I can always go back to doing that, and then so now I'm just kind of on hiatus. When this all works itself out, I'll go back on the road eventually, just return to it. If I had built, I don't think it'll take as long because I have relationships with people and I've worked lots of places now. It won't take very long for me to get fired back up to stand-up career. It's like, but I haven't been writing jokes. That's the other thing. And now I start playing music again and playing music instead of writing jokes. It's like, I mean, it's so much shit to write jokes about. It was really hard. Now I'm better at just talking in general from doing this. It's like, I never had much improv in my stand-up. Usually I just bang through. I got a whole set, and I took a long time to structure it properly and everything. And so it's like a switch. When it starts, it goes, and then it's over. And don't have a lot of improvisation in it. That's why I was like, well, I'll do this podcast. I don't really operate that way. I always use write jokes and work them out, and then put them in the right order. So it has a flow, a structure. And this is just like turn on the thing and start talking. It's like, plus I'm not trying to make you laugh every fucking 30 seconds or whatever the clock is. They say, for a good stand up, you got the comedy Bible or whatever. I never bought into that either. Like, I mean, you gotta be getting laughs and people gotta be laughing. But George Carlin talked sometimes for way more than 30 seconds and no one laughed. You say he ain't funny, that's it. It's like, no, because what he's doing is more than comedy, sometimes if your comedy's, deeper than Shaman Mall comedy or whatever, that's like tater salad. I mean, not that I don't like tater salad, but he's a good storyteller. He's not like a stand-up. He's like critiquing society, that's like, I always like those the comics that were like that came off like poets, like Lenny Bruce or I said Pryor or Bill Hicks, or, George Carlin. You going to a hippie town, Julie? Well, that's good. Maybe I'll find some mushrooms. This is how you know you're old, right? When you have drugs and you don't do them. I have a plethora of drugs I've been holding on to. I haven't done them because I'm just like, I have a half a chocolate bar, right, that I had from Vegas. The other half, I ate it before I left. I went and saw Tool, and I ate half a chocolate bar of mushroom, and it was great. And I had that half a chocolate bar in my stuff when I came home, and then I couldn't find it. It's been over a year now, That's like, and the other day, I finally started moving upstairs so I can have my own space because I fucking lose my mind. Anyway, so I was moving my stuff and I found it. It's like, oh, I found a chocolate bar finally. Did I eat it? No. It's still sitting there. It's I said when I was younger, that shit wouldn't last 5 minutes. It's like, oh, you got drugs back there. I just take every drug you got. I told you I was prone to reckless behavior. I fucked myself up way more than once. In all various manners of ways. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here now. I'm going to go see Creep Show. Which I haven't seen since I was, young. I was like, oh, they're showing it in the movies? Fuck yeah, I'm going. It's only like $6. It's not even expensive. They'll get me for the popcorn money, I'm sure. It's like, that's where they get you. My grandfather, I swear to God. My grandfather called the movie theater. Asked him if he could bring his own popcorn in a Tupperware container. Of course, they were like, fuck no. Yeah, it was always, that's it. It was always one of my favorites, Creep Show. It has everybody in it, too. It's like all-star cast of A-list actors. A lot of them were young too. You didn't know they were going to be so huge stars. Like Ted, like one of Ted Danson's first things, I think, before he became Ted Danson. um, Anyway, I thank you for hanging out with me. If you're new here, I thank you very much for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. And I'm here, I said, usually at 6 o'clock, not 5 o'clock, but I came on an hour early so I could go to the movie. But yeah, I'm here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. I am Bruce Leonard, and this is Bruce Leonard Leans Left while I still leave. I said, go out and do something. Enjoy yourself. Till next time. Bye.